Welcome back to the TWSN YouTube channel. Today we are on the Arizona Cardinals. We're going to be doing their team-specific 7-round mock draft today. They are the third team in our day 3 of 32 NFL mock drafts. Again, let's not spend too much. You guys know the drill by now. We're going to get right into it here in Arizona. It's a predictive mock draft. It's a mock draft database. Obviously, things are going to be a little weird sometimes. CJ Stroud's still on the board and all that. We're going to act like the two QBs are off the board, and it's pretty simple for me at the top of the board. I think Jalen Carter would be in more discussion if, things were a little smoother over there right now. But I think it's pretty easy for the Cardinals. Will Anderson is more than likely going to be the guy there. The Cardinals are in an interesting situation. Nobody really knows what's, Kyler's timeline is, but I think we all know the type of player Kyler Murray is when he is healthy. So maybe this is one of those years where they're going to struggle a little bit and they're going to have a better pick next year. But regardless, a lot of talent on this team. Some things they still need to work on a little bit. The draft is for, it's what free agency is for. But let's continue to get into it. I still think they've needed a corner for so long. There's some interesting ones here. Cam Smith is a lot of fun. Keely Ringo is a lot of fun. Forbes is a lot of fun. There's a lot of really fun corners on the board for them. Interior offensive lineman is always a need for anybody. I think I'm going to just keep it a little simple. Brian Branch is very tempting as well, but they don't really need the safety play. I know he can be your slot corner. I'm going to go ahead and give him Cam Smith. Will Anderson Jr. and Cam Smith for your first 2 picks of the draft really revitalizes that defense very quickly. Cam Smith there's a lot of mixed reviews about him out there. I think the upside is so clearly and obviously there. If you're in Arizona in this situation that you're looking at, I think that's a home run pick there. Now, we're looking and, immediately I said you need some interior lineman help. Joe Tippmann from Wisconsin, interior offensive lineman, center guard, phenomenal. Phenomenal. That's a great value pick there. Really, really strong start to the draft there for the Cardinals. Nothing we've even had to think about all that much. Will Anderson Jr., great. Cam Smith, great. Joe Tippmann, great. This is a very, very good start for the Cardinals. You're hitting, not only are you getting like positions of value, like high positions that impact the game a lot, but you're getting some really high upside guys at those positions as well. Now, everything from here on out is going to be kind of fill in some backs. We're going to probably double tip in the interior defensive lineman side of the ball too. Maybe a receiver, maybe a running back, probably just a lot of best value from here on out. And Javon Dexter is really calling my name here for the Cardinals. But there's some other interesting guys. Zach Pickens makes a lot of sense for them. It's a lot of solid guys, but I'm going to go ahead and give him Javon Dexter. Give him another interior pass rusher, that 3 tech. He's probably not going to be over the center too much, but he has a potential to do so a little bit. But just another pass rusher from the middle. Obviously, they lost J.J. Watt. They've been struggling without him, and they lost Zach Allen as well, so they need some juice up the middle. It wouldn't surprise me even if to see them double dip immediately, and you go get a Zach Pickens to complement him, or you go get a bigger edge rusher, to kind of complement that as well. I'm going to look in the wide receiver room here a little bit. So they have Hollywood Brown, obviously. They have Rondell Moore. DeAndre Hopkins is on the block a little bit. So I'm looking for more of a bigger body receiver. And there's a bigger body receiver that I like a lot. His name is A.T. Perry from Wake Forest, 6'4". Ran very well at the combine, tested very well. He's obviously not going to come in and be DeAndre Hopkins, but he can give you that prototype, that big body outside X receiver. And it doesn't get in the way of Hollywood. It doesn't get in the way of Rondell Moore, but he's just a big body receiver that can do a lot of things that they will not have if they trade DeAndre Hopkins. Obviously, for some reason, Hopkins still stays. A.T. Perry, that pick is probably not made, but with the idea of Hopkins big moved, I really like A.T. Perry in Arizona. Now, again, I think we've hit all their biggest needs, in my opinion. There's some, trying to use some tight ends. Ertz has been a little bagged up and everything. Obviously, there's some fun tight ends, really deep class in general. But that could be something that they throw, a dart at later. Running back is kind of the same, and they're kind of in the same position. I like some of the guys they have. James Conner is solid when on the field. Keontae Ingram's pretty solid. I'm not sure they'll go that direction, but again, they could. They can go a lot of directions. This team just needs some more talent. They're not necessarily sort of rebuilding. they're going to be banged up. They're going to have a lot of holes to fill, and however they decide to fill them, they will. I think I'm going to go look back into the defensive line side of things. Maybe actually let's check out the offensive line. There's a couple people here that I like that could do a lot of different things. How are these some of these tackles? I like Warren McClendon. I don't necessarily think he's going to be here. I think he's going to be a guy that's going to go a little earlier. Where are we at? We're at 167, round 5. Yeah, I think he's long gone by then, or I would take him, but we're going to try to keep it a little bit more realistic. Let's go Jackson Kirkland. Kirkland has a little bit of that position flexibility as well. He'll probably, be a tackle. Again, he can move around a little bit. He can play some guard. Like I said, he can just move around a little bit. And when you're picking in this, set of rounds and picks, you're not necessarily looking for surefire starters. You're looking for guys that can fill in roles, that can do a lot of things, that can just provide value in any specific way. And I think there's clearly some positional versatility that allows Kirkland to be an asset on an NFL team. And now I'm going to go to the tight ends. Let's go with Zach Kuntz here. I mean, he blew up the combine, man. There's a chance he's gone by now. There really is. But the production's not always matching. Old Dominion, obviously not the biggest school in the world, but the Cardinals kind of need a successor at the tight end position. A high upside guy there with the Old Dominion tight end could be a fantastic way to go about things. Now, the last pick, again, you're looking very slim pickings here. I think I might. I'm thinking about throwing a shot on the wall at the running back room here. And Mitchell's interesting. Chris Rodriguez is pretty interesting to me too. Let's go ahead and give him Chris Rodriguez. I think the only reason I went Chris Rodriguez there is I think he's pretty similar to James Conner. He's your bigger back. He's not really going to catch the ball, but you have Keontae Ingram who can kind of play that role. And it's your last pick. Chris Rodriguez has shown he can kind of be good in college football before. And you're just looking for some depth, some potential. And I think, again, you're looking for potential roles. And I think he's one of those guys that can clearly have a role in the NFL as a short yardage, goal line kind of guy. Let's kind of recap this draft for the Cardinals, starting it off with Will Anderson Jr. at the top. Obviously, phenomenal pick there. You're going defensive heavy with Cam Smith again in the second. 2 high upside guys. But then you're getting a really good interior offensive lineman, Joe Tippmann. To some people, he's could really be one of the best interior offensive linemen in the draft. And then you're replacing that. You're trying to replace anything you can of J.J. Watt. Obviously, that's a super tall task, but Javonte Dexter giving you some pass rushing juice from the inside to pair with Will Anderson. So now you have a young pass rushing duo inside and out. A.T. Perry to kind of replace that DeAndre Hopkins build. And then just some depth guys with Jackson Kirkland, versatile offensive lineman, Zach Kuntz, athletic tight end, a successor there. And Chris Rodriguez, just, again, a power back that can fill in a multitude of ways. That's going to wrap up our Arizona Cardinals 7-round mock draft. Make sure you guys follow along each and every day so you do not miss out on your team. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys here again on the TWSN YouTube channel soon.